So, you know, Lowy the Legends is fun. I enjoy it, but we haven't done mid-rank casts in a while, and that's exactly what we have here. So we've got 1180 for a Chilean player. Apologies to you, friend. AJ Schurler? Q&A, I think that is a Chilean clan, if I'm not mistaken. This player's playing as the Poles. I think this player plays as the Poles a lot, too, because in the loading screen, they had the little Olbuk as their icon. And then in the red, we have Laxomat. Laxomat's playing as the Ethiopians. Map is Gold Rush. Eventually, players will want to control the gold in the middle. But it is open, and players could either fight for map control in Feudal Age or maybe wall up and go to Castle Age here. But I would say what pros would do is the map was open enough. They would probably open with some aggression in Feudal, and then eventually wall, and eventually fight for the middle. But I mean, some of this is nasty, right? Like this hill right in front of the berries. This hill over here is crazy. Like, could be super awkward if pressure comes in. And I think Red's base is a little bit better because he doesn't have as much elevation to work with. But even still, you know, gold in the front, stone in the front. Definitely got to be careful. I love the wood in the back. I love the stone and the gold available on the back. And I like the Ethiopians. I would say maybe they're not underrated at a pro level, but I think they're a really strong civilization. Like, the faster firing archers in combination with the free pikeman upgrade and the extra resources you get, all nice little power spikes that you should be able to use here. And so that's oftentimes what it comes down to with the Ethiopians, is how can they use their firepower? How can they use those moments where they get those power spikes? And then with the Poles, you want to be as safe as possible. You want as many farms as possible around the folwarks. So we kind of have the aggression aspect combined with red. How are you going to manage this? Okay. Yeah, you have the aggression aspect combined with Poles wanting to play a safe game. And red, not the prettiest, but gets the job done as he's just pushing in what's left of his zebra here. Red, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't eat that. Come on, man. Eating that's like eating the leftovers that looked kind of weird 3 days ago, but you still left in there, and I mean, it's all the same amount of food, but the inefficiencies is just not making me too happy here. Yeah, thanks again. Thank you, Moldy Crow. Actually, interesting. I should have called the zebra and Moldy Crow. Thank you, Raptor. Thank you, Marty. Thanks again, guys. And hello. When I'm playing Poles, I'd actually prefer to have my golden stone on the front if it meant I'd have my mill on the back. Other civs I don't really care because you're just farming around the TC, but you're going to be farming right next to the hill there if you're blue. 1890, why don't you stream when you're playing ranked? Are you asking this question because you want me to answer the question that I just answered again and you're being a troll? Or did you genuinely not hear that 5 minutes ago and you'd like an explanation? It's fine. If you didn't hear my answer, I could say it again. But also, I never know if people are being serious or not. Sorry, I just arrived, lol. Okay, no, all good. Basically, I just don't really enjoy streaming when I play. And the 2 years I was on Facebook, I had to do like 10-hour days every day. So I couldn't cast for 10 hours, and I did there for that reason. But as the scouts are actually chasing each other here, or they were, yeah, just streaming with large amounts of viewers and playing at the same time is just kind of a different ballgame. I would say that the main reason I never did before Facebook and probably won't after is because people, like, every day I show up, there's someone saying they're new. Half of them, of course, are just trolls who are using the emote. But there's people who show up, they watch all my videos, they want to show up to a live stream, they want to know. They want to, be a part of this community. And if they show up expecting casting, which is because that's what I do, and they see like 2,300 ELO Age of Empires, they're not going to stick around because these guys have just come back to the game, right? It was a big step for them to come to a stream, and then if they see that, they might be like, holy crap, his farms actually are bad, or this is just not the type of thing I showed up for. So that's kind of the big thing. Plus, I'm also, my brain is switched on a lot, right? Like I'm in this mode of I've got an audience I must entertain a lot. And sometimes if I just want to play some games, I don't want to be in that mindset, and it's a little bit of a break for me. So Patrick says 10 hours a day seems like a lot. Isn't it normal with a 8-hour workday? Well, streaming for 10 hours is really exhausting. At least the way I stream. I'm always interacting with someone. I'm always like clicked on. There's not a lot of dead time, so. But it was like my hour requirements on Facebook had me streaming more than I would have had I, chosen to, from balance and all that. So, all right, Militia on the way right now from Laxamat. Now he found where Blue was just a moment ago and saw the berries. Blue trying to wall up this pretty open map, and Blue's scout ran into the TC. But the biggest thing is he didn't see the barracks. He did see the vills on gold. So I think like at this rank, they probably have an idea of what's possible. And Blue clearly wants to maybe play scouts into some walls. He doesn't know what's coming forward, but could suspect this. And here come the Militia. No, they're going to run into the lions. No. You got to be really careful on Gold Rush, guys, because there's wild animals in the middle. Oh, man, and Blue's actually going to go for stone walls right away in that section. Oh, dude, you idiot Militia. Don't you dare collect more of them. Oh, God. I'd be so annoyed if I were the other two. Oh, my God. Well, Blue's going to be very overwhelmed by this. We've got 3 Militia, soon to be man-at-arms. We've got 4 lions. We've got 6 villagers and a spearman and a scout. A villager died. Another villager dies. This is all calculated by Red. And Red's just letting the lions do the work. It was all part of his plan. Oh, no. Run away, Blue. Oh, sheesh. I mean, Blue is poles as well, so his villagers actually start to regenerate in this age. No! 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 Oh, my God. Oh, 5 villagers down to 3 man-at-arms. Way more success. I mean, way more success there than you would ever find on any other map. And the funny thing is, Red only killed 3 of them. So holy crap. Anyways, Blue needs some type of counter damage right now. Because that's not good. What is good is that the walls are up. It's really weird how it's like part stone, part palisade. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that before. The scouts are going to try and make their way through. Behind this, Red's going to go archers. Red's got 2 archery ranges. They're on separate sides, but they are here. But no spearmen yet. And Blue can kill a Vil. And so I know that like looked really bad for Blue. But there's going to be a lot of game left here. And Red is going to send a lot of this army back chasing. And if he tries to attack at any point, Blue is going to be walled. So we are seeing the strengths and maybe the weaknesses of this rank. Both players failing to get their walls down in time, and the attacks getting in. And Blue kills the Vils. And now, 5 villagers lost for Blue in this game, 4 villagers lost for Red. And Blue didn't even need to invest too many scouts there. So, we're going to have the farms go up around the Folwarks. And Blue's going to run away. And just keep an eye on the res collected. I mean, resources collected is way higher for Red right now. But if there was any Civ that could recover in this instance, it would probably be the poles. I find that, like... So here, both players focused on big walls and lost lots of villagers anyways. Type a 1 in chat if you relate to that statement. I said it earlier in the day. Like, and I'm going to have... I have to make sure that I can actually commit to this in the way that I think is best. But I really want to dedicate like a month and a half to just straight coaching next year. I'm going to pick a month. I'm going to decide on the best time. But I want to make sure I have videos and resources available to back up my points. So when someone does something, I can say, please check this video. Okay. But here's the deal. This is like 80% of people between 1100 or like between 900 and 1700 on these types of maps. And they try and focus on like 7 different things at once, but then none of those things are properly executed. And I really think a lot of people, just because they see pros, right? And I think a lot of people would actually be better off just literally just play open, focus on your army timing, for example. Or, you know, folks just go full walls and no army. Like, rely more on the extremes. Anyways, I don't really want to go on about it. But here, I think for both of them, they both, you know, they tried to do a lot at the same time. Now, what they benefited from is they were both safe now. But Red's looking at these palisade walls, and he's like, hold on, buddy. You might have stone walls on some of your walls, but not everywhere. So I could just break through the palisades. This is really unique. I've never seen anything like this. Now, skirm defense is a good thing to think of here and go for if you're blue. But you're going to need numbers and you're going to be upgrades. I need upgrades. And wow, actually, red just kind of gave blue a little bit of time. I think if you're red, you just kind of sit on this hill. You're good. You can kill off the skirms. You can kill off the Vil if you need to. Just keep that position. Archer production continues behind this. Really good economy for red. Yeah, red is looking good. Might not break through, though. Toilet Gator says, I don't have APM for walls. Easier to just pop a few spears in the eco. Well, I think it's, like, in many ways better, right? Because, when you invest into walls, that's resources spent and villager time building, which could be collecting resources. So if you can play without walls, that could be good. The problem is, if you go to attack someone and they're walled, they can just counterattack you. So there are a lot of situations where it feels like you do need to be walled. I feel like blue probably plays every game like this. Clearly plays the poles all the time. I think there's an overchop there, but still. Went to send villagers onto stone. Is on the way to Castle Age now. Panicking, though. The pressure's going to get him. Loses another Vil. Going to drop a tower behind this, which might force red away. Nice job from red this game. But I mean, the freaking lions, man. Without the lions, which I thought was going to hurt his attack, he might have only killed 2 Vils. Blue needs to garrison the tower. Red's going to dive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this good or bad? Projectiles miss very frequently. It's not just TCs. That's another thing I'm actually investigating right now. Everyone likes to say TCs don't hit anything, which is true, but it's actually towers too. I found something recently about how the Definitive Edition works with projectiles. But yeah, anyways, I've been sidetracked talking about a bunch of different things. None of these things distract from the fact that I think blue is dead. Archers everywhere from red. Great job. Red's going to be in Castle Age soon. Like, blue's farming eco and stone eco got hit. This is rough. Dead Padawan says, I know this is weird, but I prefer to play on controller over keyboard and mouse. I started playing on controller and I'm more used to it. Well, I think that goes both ways, right? Anyone who started playing with mouse and keyboard would probably never want to play on controller. So, I think just what you start on, what you're used to, is probably what you're going to want to stick with. You know, which is fine. It's understandable. A lot of people who like console, they... Like, a lot of people who, you know, like the base game, I think they're kind of judgy of people who, like, choose to play on console. Like, why would you do that? The game wasn't meant for that. And sure, the game might not have originally been meant for that, but as long as there's a player base, you're playing with the same you know, options, I guess. As long as you're having a good time, that's what it's all about. I think red now needs to just get the eco side right, and you basically plan around long-term control in the middle. Blue is in a rough spot, but blue's gonna have +2 armor on the knights. Blue could probably clear this up, and blue at least will be somewhat fine. Oh, God, blue, you overchopped the wood line. Okay. You think I'm laughing because of the hole in the wall, but I'm not laughing because of the hole in the wall. Let me explain why I'm laughing, okay? I am laughing because of how quick, like how little time there was between the wall foundations going down and the game ending. Watch this, okay? Real time. Wall foundations. Game over. He didn't even wait to see if the villager was going to die, and the game already ended. That guy's got a menu hotkey, a resign hotkey, or Alt F4 queued up and ready. That was fast, dude. That was fast. Anyways, like, blue just, like, tried to wall up on a map that was super open. Listen, if you want to do this, okay, you don't need all this space. Like, this is so much space. My suggestion, if you really want to turtle, is you take this wood line and you actually give up this hill. You never wall this hill. And you wall from, like, the edge of the map to your house, around your berries, and back to the wood line. And then you could probably stonewall it all, because you're not walling half the map. You can still fit 2 full works back here. You can still take gold. You can still take stone. So I think, like, that's just my tip to anyone who wants to wall up. Don't be too greedy and try and wall the whole map. Sometimes it's easier to go for the smaller walls. But honestly, this map generation just kind of sucks for blue. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's good, because, like, red's map was way better. But red also played better. So it's a combination of both.